Well, anyway, I think we can start, and then we can discuss what are you guys going to do next after we start. But let's start, of course, with experience points. Gustav, what are you buying for your character?
2 wounds.
2 wounds, nice. 2 wounds is quite a lot. How much do you have now?
I have to look at the character sheet, but that's my last advance for this career.
Mm-hmm.
The next time I gotta move up.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So, Johannes, what about you?
I was thinking of getting
14.
super. You have 14 now.
That's
good.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Yeah. Johannes.
I was thinking of getting evaluate and
Mhm.
supernumerate.
Both are very good.
Supernumerate's very interesting.
So
Supernumerate, if I recall correctly, it gives you some kind of bonus.
Yes, it does. I have it here. It is.
Haggle.
I get 10% to gamble and navigation skill tests, and plus 20 on perception that involve estimation.
Estimation and weight and stuff like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, it's up to you, or you can afford them both.
What's that? No, I can afford them both. I'm taking both.
Oh, okay.
I'm taking
sure.
evaluate and supernumerate.
Very nice, very nice. And Lambert Cherryheart, what are you buying?
I am buying Sleight of Hand and
Good call.
Schemer.
Schemer, nice. What does Schemer do? Something for...
Schemer gives you a plus 10% bonus to intrigue-related charm tests and on willpower tests to resist charm of others.
Nice. Very cool. Okay, so we have that out of the way. So who's making notes today?
It's myself. I think this is my second time.
Okay.
I don't have the notes up, and also one thing I noticed, because I think I mentioned it last time, that there was something wonky with my XP, and so I listened to all of our gameplay. Well, not the whole gameplay, but the beginning and the end, to get the XP stuff. And one of the things I found was with the journals. I want to say that we canceled the game for the 21st of May, because that's one of the ones that's blank.
Okay.
Is the May 21st, and so I don't think we gamed that day. And then I could not find. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. It's because it isn't there. I added I added a 27th of August game that we didn't do.
Oh.
So.
All right.
I don't know why I added that, but it is not there. So no harm, no foul. So I think one of the ones that we were talking about not having is just because we didn't actually have a game that time.
Could be very well. Yeah, could be a thing. I think so too. Because I think we had like 2 games that we had to cancel abruptly, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Oh no, wait, no, it is there. Sorry, 8/27. God damn it. Yeah, okay, so it is blank, but I didn't find. So on the 27th of August, I didn't find a recording from that day, because I was on the bottom right-hand corner, you can read what your date says on your screen.
But tell me, Sean, does this impact your XP in any way?
That doesn't. No. So my XP, what it impacted is that I have 300 more than I thought I had.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you remember. It was the last game. I was like, "There's something weird about my XP. It says I have this much and this much, and something is off." And so I figured it out. So because remember, like Brian was saying, he had something like 1,600, almost 1,700, and I had 1,300. But I really have almost 1,600. I have 1,595.
Okay, gotcha. Well, that's good. Then this is a bonus for you. All right.
Yeah.
So it's your second time making notes, and I think we can start. Let's just hop into it. Right, last...
Do you have
Yeah?
prepare poison,
What?
Do not.
Sean?
Oh, okay.
I do not have prepare. I do
Okay.
not have prepare poison. That was something that
This
I did not
is
take.
trade poison, I believe. You have to have it. Trade poison, something like that. Like trade apothecary.
Yeah. Well, it's Hold on a second. Let me.
Yeah, I
Okay.
okay, so can someone remind me where did we left last time?
Yes, I can. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Let me...
We were separated still. We had not.
Oh, were we?
Yeah.
Okay, that I don't remember. Okay, so
Lambert went off and he had talked to Donkmar, and we went off to the house where the murders happened and talked to the witch hunter.
Oh yeah,
I think that's where we left.
yeah. Lambert talked with Dankmar, and Dankmar, well, things got heated up if I recall correctly, and Lambert was slapped. Dankmar also confessed essentially everything to him about the Crimson Shade, about the fact that the fighter overdosed and that he had to get rid of the body. That of course he's doing this for the family, and stuff like that. And Lambert.
You come to me in friendship.
Yes. And Lambert, of course, he pretended like he's playing the game, and yeah, that's that. But if I also recall correctly, Lambert wanted to really kill Dankmar after that, which is really not surprising. Meanwhile, Gustav, Johannes, and Marla, the three of you went to the house, the murder house, Schnitzer's house, so to speak. And there you met, well...
I want to make Dunkmar overdose.
Oh yeah, that's true. There you've met Edeltraud Schnitzer, the widow, who's the sole inheritor of the house, of course. And well, not only her, but there was also a witch hunter. One Ginter Klinger. I've added Edeltraud and Ginter to handouts. You can see them both. Ginter was of course accompanied by a large number of henchmen and henchwomen. They were conducting investigations, and the heroes, I mean you guys, you were kinda interrogated by him. But only, I mean, without any torture implements, and it wasn't that bad. He just wanted to learn a few things from you, and then, if I recall correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, he allowed you to, well, look around, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that's where we pick up right now. Gustav, Johannes, you are in Schnitzer's house. This is a very nice house in the western part of the city, very close to the grand, building of the Imperial Palace. It's a residence, really. Heavily guarded, of course. Very opulent, very old. Also, it's clear that the Schnitzer family is an old, they are they are what you call the old blood, if I'm correct. And yeah, you guys are alone. I mean, alone. You're not alone, but you can do whatever here. What is your course of action, Gustav and Johannes?
Okay. So after all that, I'm trying to remember. So essentially where we left it off is that he's going to let us conduct our own concurrent investigation. We have to share anything we anything we learn from it, learn about with him, and he apparently believes that we are Tileans and that we're trying to stop the spread of drugs.
Yes. And if I also recall correctly, the man who overdosed Crimson Shade and went on a killing spree was Adogis.
Yes.
Adogis. He was.
Or no, wait.
No. You should have it.
Well, yeah, I'm just looking through. No, husband. Wait, I lost. My notes are weird here. I lost husband, Adelgis, cousin.
Adogis was the cousin, I think. He was the cousin
Okay.
who was known for, taking drugs, drinking a lot, womanizing, stuff like that. But
Okay,
of course,
yeah.
he never went violent until now, when he slaughtered a bunch of people in Schnitzer's house, including Frau Edeltrod, late husband, the head of the house.
Mhm.
Actually, funny that I said that, because the man literally lost his head. So yes. Although I don't remember who was
Guess
Brunhilde.
what's his name?
Adogis. Adogis Schnitzer was he's a cousin of the, of the main Schnitzer family. Of course, he's dead because the Crimson Shade, he took too much and it simply killed him. Although I don't remember who was Brunhilde Bar, I see that she.
Brunhilde Bar is Marla.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we gave false names. So
Okay.
so she gave her name. I was just looking through the notes. She gave her name as Brunhilde Bar.
Yeah.
Gustav said he was Oleg, and I said I was Ruprecht. and which also
Nice.
reminds me that
Nice.
we gave false names to the to Kai Schoenbeck, and I don't remember what those are.
I don't think we gave our names actually.
Yeah, I don't think
Oh.
that you gave any names.
We just had to say who we
Okay.
knew.
Yeah, that
Okay.
you
Okay.
came. That you were sent by Dankmar, but that's
Okay.
it. I don't think you gave him any names. Yeah, okay, yeah. The witch hunter, of course, he told you to relinquish any, any clues that you might find to him. Of course, share information. But other than that, you're not being watched. You at least you think that you're not being watched. You're not being followed. Guarded by either the man or his cronies. You can do whatever you want. Lambert, meanwhile, what are you going to do?
I forgot where I was, man.
I think you returned to the Shepherd's Wand, I believe.
Yeah. Well, no. So let me see.
At least I think so.
Yeah. Well, because I remember he went back to talk to Dankmar,
Mm-hmm.
and there was the cloaked figure that he couldn't really get.
Yes, the cloak figure I described. But after that, after the talk, the slapping, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you just gotta keep bringing that up.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
man. Slap. Sorry.
Does it show on his
Fly.
face?
I will fly across the Atlantic Ocean and slap you, you son of a bitch.
I know.
Okay. So
I deserve it.
So Dankmar slapped him around and then said, "You got one
Jesus
one
Christ.
week to present
Fucking
something."
damn it.
And then for some reason I have the name Jack Regar Ale Puddle,
Ye-
and any Duckworth duckweed know what is going on.
I mean, yeah, Jackregar Eopado and any Duckworth Duckweed are, I believe, associates of Dankmar, who are also in the Hodeo. They also,
Okay.
they are, what's the
Oh,
word?
so he said, yeah,
involved in the trade. Thank you.
Right, he said he had to accept an offer to keep the lights on, and he did it all for the family.
Mm-hmm.
Son of a bitch.
I did it for the family.
Yeah.
And then essentially he's racist because he doesn't care if all people die from taking Crimson Shade.
And I also believe that Dankmar suggested that Johannes and Gustav should be offed. He actually, I think,
Yeah.
even wanted to kill both of you guys, but Lambert, fortunately, convinced him
Yeah.
to do otherwise. Yeah, so...
Yeah, so
He said we're working for somebody else, and we need to find out who it is.
Yeah, I need to get to the tippy top.
Yeah, so essentially it was just left
So,
at you have 1 week to
What's
figure out what's going on here
Mhm.
with
What's that?
us.
spindly fucker we work with. What's the elf guy name? What's his name?
Finneron.
Finra.
Been around.
Yeah, and after that, I remember that you return. No. After that, I remember that you returned to the inn, Lambert. If I'm.
Yeah, I would like to have a conversation with Finron.
Oh yes, yeah. That's the next thing. You head back to the wand. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. All right. So after you return to the wand, you look for Finron. You of course see him behind the bar, and you talk to him. But of course, I mean, we started with Gustav and Johannes, so let's do this very quickly. Gustav, Johannes, what are you doing?
Well,
I'll do the holy stuff if you guys want to look around.
yeah. Okay. Well, so the bodies are all still there, right?
Yes, but many of them
Ooh.
are in pieces.
Right. So specifically, what I want to do is try to locate Edelgeese's body, and see if there's any clues on it, and try to figure out, more about him and where he would get Crimson Shade from, essentially.
Okay.
So that's a thrust of my investigation.
Well, I mean, like I said, there are fragments of bodies in the main room, like in the in the dining room in which you are currently now, but you don't really see any whole bodies here. Although you guess that they are somewhere around. They were probably moved. That said, you don't know where, Johannes.
Okay. I will try to find, because there are still servants around.
Yes,
right?
yes, there are of course servants, and they are all very uneasy. They feel very uneasy about around the witch hunter. It's clear from their mannerisms, from the looks on their faces. But you find one of the servants, a middle-aged man who was probably maybe a waiter, maybe a gardener. You're not really sure. He looks, of course, very worried. You approach him. He glanced at you. Yes, can I help you, Meinel?
Yes, I want to locate Herr Edelgeese Schnitzer.
Oh, he looks well. He doesn't look nervous anymore. Now he looks simply scared. Master Adogis's body and other bodies who were mostly intact, he says, they were moved to a room upstairs on the Templars' orders. If he is all right with you looking at them, I can of course take you there, he says.
Yes, he's given us carte blanche.
Oh, I see. He looks at
whatever,
you.
whatever that word.
Yeah. I mean, you can say carte blanche actually when you say that. He looks at you with a surprise in his eyes. I mean, he clearly didn't. He wasn't expecting you to know such a term. In that case, he says, "Of course, please follow me." You go there alone, Johannes, or are you taking someone with you?
I will take Marlowe with me since Gustav is pretending to, or not pretending. He's doing Shalayan rites or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking over the bodies, dude. Like I don't know if I should do a perception roll down here.
I mean, Shalayan writes, like I said, in the dining room there are fragments of bodies. Because, what was the name? Adogis clearly went to town on them with some sort of bladed weapon. I think you guys heard that it was a rapier. The bodies, the bodies per se, the mostly intact ones, they've been moved upstairs. So maybe Gustav, I don't know, if you want to, do the rites, you might want to just go to the bodies.
Okay, yeah, I'll follow then.
Mm-hmm. So the three of you follow the soaking servant, upstairs. The steps, of course, are all covered in rich fig rags. There are portraits of Schnitzer family members of the ancestors. Some of them, probably lived hundreds of years ago, maybe even during almost certainly during the time of the free emperors, maybe even before. The entire residence is just really opulent, and looks, like extremely wealthy people live here, and you're probably not surprised that people like that tend to partake in certain vices, like some of them do drugs, others just drink a lot, good stuff, but still drink a lot, and maybe others just go for the more carnal approach to life. Eventually,
The influence of the dark arts on our sacred society.
well, I mean, yeah, that's one thing that the priests of many religions actually preach, that the noble class or rich merchant class is corrupt, and that they actually that they indulge in decadence and vices. Of course, not all of the priests say that, mainly because people like Schnitzers, they usually give donations to temples, big donations. So you don't really want to have those people on your bedside. Actually, you don't want to be on the bedside of those people, sorry. Anyway, you approach one of the a smaller single door on the first floor. Even when you approach it, you can smell the blood, you can smell the death.
I'm gonna hold a handkerchief over my face.
And there are already fat black flies, buzzing near the door. The servant, with an irritated look on his face, tries to swat them away, but they are persistent, and there are just too many of them already. He looks at all of you. He also, has a handkerchief to his face. Well, be my guest, he says, and just points at the door, opens the door, and lets you in. You go inside, and this has been some kind of of small living room, maybe even a study once, but now most of the furniture is covered in long white blankets and moved under the walls. And in the middle of the room there lie 4 bodies, covered also covered in bloodied white blankets.
I'm gonna wrap my robes more tightly around me and up off the floor, so I don't get any blood on, because they're white.
Yeah, I mean, there's no rug here, of course, but you can already see that there's blood on the floor. The window is closed, but even so, even so, it's really warm, and because it's closed, there's no air circulation, so the air, the stench, just hangs heavily in the air, and there are already lots of flies here. They are buzzing, like in this, some kind of a movie. Of course, there's the very cinematic shot of a single pale hand sticking from under one of the blankets, male hand, you think. Marla, just you hear her cursing quietly under her nose. She was, Gustav, you saw that she was, when you were interrogated by the witch hunter, she was terrified. She wasn't saying a thing. But now she seems, like she's just disgusted. What are you guys doing?
I would like to look at lift up the thing and try to determine which one is, or I don't even care which one is Edelgeese per se. I just want to look for clues on the bodies. So
Sure. Gustav, what about you?
I'm saying a Shalian prayer, but I'm saying it to the flies almost, like trying to ward them away.
Okay, nice. So aiming at the flies, to make them go away. Johannes, you're picking up the sheets. There are There's one woman here and 3 men. One of them, you guess the master of the house. And did I told you the name of Schnitzer, like of the man himself?
That's a
Adel,
good question. You may have. And I just
Adel, right?
Well, Adeltraud is the wife.
Edeltraud is the wife. Yeah, Edeltraud is
Okay.
is the widow.
Ba-ba.
I can give another one. If, like,
Yeah,
no.
I'm just trying to see if it's somewhere buried in here.
Mhm.
Bum ba bum.
Mm.
Okay.
Brian, I think you have your.
Is it Gaston Schnitzer?
Oh yeah, I
Oh, no.
think- Hmm?
Okay, so it says we know from asking servants started with one man, black sheep of the family, Gaston Schnitzer.
Oh, so Adelgis was the main guy. Gaston was the evil
Yeah.
one. Of course, Gaston
Yeah.
cast from the Beauty and the Beast. Rather
Okay,
obvious.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So you're looking for Gaston, not for Adelgis, who lost his head.
Yeah, specifically.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mhm, yeah.
Although
You're right.
his body is here, you very quickly see one male body of an older gentleman. You guess that it was Adelgis. And then
Yeah.
you're looking for Gaston, and you also find him without any problems. You guess that it was him. When you pull the sheets up, you see a pale, narrow face, rather lean, with this tiny, pencil-like mustache, and he looks like something from a horror story. His eyes are practically, bulging out of his skull post-mortem. They look like 2 very big, very ripe plums, because they are so, like, bloodshot, filled with blood. His tongue is just also coming out from his mouth like you have a. It reminds you of some kind of a huge frog, like the one that sits on the shore of a pond and just looks at you funny when you cross its way, and she just looks at you like you're a bitch, and she's saying like ribbit, 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 stuff like
Okay,
that.
so his tongue not only is sticking out, but it's also very swollen.
Yeah, it's extremely swollen. It looks like a small loaf of bread, essentially. And there's this. His eyes, of course, are glossy and dead naturally, but even so, you can see in them this mix of horror, from when a man dies violently, mixed with elation. Like he was literally riding high to the very end. Like he was just, juiced. Even when he was dying, he was probably feeling, both terrified and just ecstatic. And this is very disconcerting. Gustav, I would like for you to roll me willpower test.
For doing prayers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. You fast, I presume.
Yeah.
Okay. You are praying to Shalia, and you are praying to Shalia while looking at the swarm of flies, and just making them, trying to force them with the power of your belief to go away. And you're not sure. Maybe it was just your imagination. Maybe maybe you just wished it to be so. But for like a second or two, the flies actually moved. Most of them, not all, but most of them. They've actually, with this loud buzzing sound, moved away from the bodies and towards the closed window. But only for like a second or two, and then once again they resume their loud buzzing around Johannes.
Oh.
Yeah, and of course, you continue your prayer. Johannes, what are you doing now?
I'm trying to search the search Gaston for any Does he have a scrap of paper with somebody's name, address on it? Does he have,
You,
any sort of? Mhm.
yeah, I would like for you to probably roll me perception test. Is there investigation skill in this game? I don't recall. It's been too long. I don't think there is. I think it's just based on perception.
Yeah, I want to say if it. Let me look and see because I have the book next to me. If it's an advanced skill or something, I don't know.
There is following, like trailing, but that's not the same thing. There's tracking. That's also not the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Actually, there is a trait, Brian. Brewing poisons. Yeah. It's based on intelligence. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see any investigation.
Okay, so let's roll on perception. Let's roll basic perception test for you, unless you want to take your time, of course.
Let me see. What's my intelligence? My intelligence is pretty good. I will take a little bit extra time for plus 10%.
Okay, so like probably a good few minutes. All right. Sure. Nice.
Yay.
I will tell you what you found in just a second. Lambert, you enter Shepherd's Wand. At this time, of course, it's I believe it's middle of the day still, or maybe even like before noon. So there are quite a few patrons here enjoying a pint, maybe some light meal. You see that the servants are busy as usual, and that Finron is standing behind the bar, just distributing drinks to his clients. When you approach, your eyes meet for a second. He just nods slightly and then returns to work. What are you doing?
I'm going to order a drink for now. I'm just going to wait for people to clear away from the bar for a while at some point.
Okay. You order a drink. It's on the house, by the way, so you don't pay anything. Just a mug of good, honest beer, and you're sipping it, waiting for for people to slightly disperse. It takes maybe like less than 10 minutes before there's a breathing room between you and the elf. The elf looks at you and just nods. "What's up?" he asks in a very human way.
So, Finron, you're shit. How do I start this? Tell you what. Where did you grow up, Finron?
On an island west of the old world.
Okay, cool. I guess that's like Elfland or whatever the hell they call it.
Yeah, it's Southland, he says.
Okay.
Where everyone has pointy ears.
Have you ever played poker?
I've enjoyed some of your human games. Sorry, not human games. I've enjoyed some of your local games. Yes.
And you know how poker is mostly a confidence game, right? There's cards things to it, but to really play somebody else's head, right?
He just nods. He's not saying anything. He just nods.
Dunkmar has given me a week to come up with any evidence pointing to who might be controlling Johannes and Gustav into fucking his business up. I led him to believe that, but now I have a week to create a ghost and a shell. I need a shell business or a ghost person. This person does not exist, but I need papers for them, and I need a trail of either postage or money exchanging to give the impression that this person is out there. In other words, I'm currently holding a 7/2 offsuit, and I need to bluff like I'm carrying a flush.
I see, he says. And
Would you perhaps, and I don't want to sound racist, but I know elves are full of bullshit stuff, like really good at doing bullshit, really good at bullshitting. No, this is really bad. This is a bad way of putting it. You're really bad at lying? No, that's also really bad. Good at lying? That's bad too. What's the word? Hold up. And Lambert pulls out a book that he's written fancy words in.
Mhm.
He's just going down. He's like, one second there, buddy. One second. You go get that customer. It's all right. When he comes back over, it's like, elves are good at intrigue. Intrigue is the thing I wanted to say.
Yes, intrigue. Although I do agree about the bullshit part as well. We are also pretty good at that. Well, some of us at least. He says with a slight smile, although his smile is usually very cold, so to speak. Like, not unpleasant. You don't really think that he can smile warmly at all.
Out of character. I don't think there's an elf alive that can smile warmly.
Not really.
It's like a chimp baring their teeth.
Like, maybe a L'Oreal, but that's like the only one.
Yeah, I mean, the queen of all living things, maybe. So
Yeah, that's kind of her deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What I'm asking for is, I can do the footwork. I just need to get the skeleton or the ghost of a skeleton for this to work. I need someone to believe this exists. And I want your input here. Is this going to be a person or a business that would be encroaching on his trade in illicit wares?
I would honestly think that since Dankmar is not big enough player, no offense about the big enough part, that it would probably be someone equally small. Not an organization per se. At least not yet. If you're... Because I believe that he's your cousin, uncle, someone like that, yes?
He is related to me, and hopefully the only relation we will have by the time this is over is a surname that he has on a gravestone.
I understand. Well, anyway.
My uncle is moving things that kill people through a family business and endangering the family. I don't care for that, and I don't really consider him family anymore. Therefore, I'm happy to lie to his face and backstab him if I need to get this shit to stop.
Right, that's understandable, and actually very nice of you, Lambert.
Thank you.
From what I've heard about your kind, you usually stick together no matter what happens. But I see that you have some kind of moral compass, which
Most of what sticks us together is the butter. That's most of it.
I see, he says, even though you see that he doesn't really understand the reference. Probably.
That was a cannibalism joke.
Yeah. Anyway, no, I don't think that there's a whole organization, trying to take down your yet still uncle.
No. I'm not saying, do you know if there is one? I'm saying, can we make it appear to exist?
Of course, I would probably go for a single player right now.
Alright, a single player.
Sufficiently strong, maybe with mercantile ties, obviously, because it's easier for merchants to smuggle narcotics into large cities and towns. Perhaps even with some connections to minor nobility, although that is very dangerous, of course.
Yeah, but there's some nobles out there that I just don't like. What was that that dickhead that we put the horse's head in his house.
I have no idea what are you talking about. I just would like to
No
remind you that
offense.
going against any one of your noble caste, if I believe, is punishable by death in the Empire.
Finron, I think half of the shit that we've done is punishable by death.
Oh yes, of course. The Imperials are incredibly boring when it comes to their laws. Everything is forbidden and everything is punishable by death or torture and then
Such
death.
edgelords.
Yes, yes. Well, I mean,
All
don't
right.
you to be honest, you are a fairly young nation and you've barely just evolved past, living in caves. So don't take this the wrong way, of course. I'm not insulting you. I'm just stating facts.
Halflings?
Well, you are part of the Empire, right?
Oh, yeah. No, I get that. That's fair.
Oh, anyway, that is whom I would probably create for this sort of charade.
Got it. All right. Well, thank you for your input. I need to find at least one of my cohorts and have them help me break into something.
Well, naturally. By the way, Gustav Johannes, did you told Finron when you were going to Schnitzer's house? Yes.
Yeah, because he gave us the area.
Oh yeah,
to look
yeah.
for.
The Finron says your friends went to Schnitzer's house in the western side of Altdorf, past the Emperor's Palace. It is the place of a violent crime, probably fueled by the Crimson Shade. I gave them the address. I can give it to you as well, or you can wait for them here. They, they went out some time ago. So.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for him here.
Naturally. Then maybe take some rest. It seems like you have a lot on your plate lately.
I'm actually gonna do some purchasing. Gonna go to the market.
Very well. Just be careful. Remember those two goons that your friend scared away. There's your uncle will probably try and watch you, watch what you're actually doing. For obvious reasons, of course.
That's fair. That's fair.
And
Who did we lose?
Anyway, have a good day, and if you need anything, I'm always here.
Thank you so much.
And he's like, "Oh, Wilhelm, you son of a bitch!" And he, approaches one of the patrons, just claps the hand, and starts talking with the man like he's his long lost buddy or something. Lambert, where are you going now? To the market, yes?
Yes.
And what will you be buying?
I will get back to you on that.
Sure. Gustav and Johannes.
hey, can we take a bathroom break real quick?
Yeah,
for a second?
sure. A few minutes break and we'll be right back.
All right, cool.
I'm more or less. I'm adding stuff to my wardrobe. Who all is in here right now? Anybody?
Okay.
I need a bag. Carrying equipment.
I think we should just have a whole session devoted to shopping.
Well, taking care of that personally right now. Basically, I'm just developing a wardrobe in my room at Fenron's place. I'm gonna do some burglary tonight.
Nice.
How much can I hold in the purse? No, I'm with that. Alright, then what's the encumbrance on that?
Apple.
20 encumbrance? What the fuck? Why? That makes no sense, whatever. Alright, so... Shit. Alright, so I'll have to get a backpack.
I'm back.
So I don't have to do that.
Oh.
That's fine. That's fine. So... Encumbrance. The encumbrance on that. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, so let me add up how much I just spent, because I'm pretty sure I just cleared myself out. Plus 50.
Luckily, I have several very different outfits already.
I think I only have 2.
And I have 4 black kerchiefs if anybody wants one.
No, that's okay.
14. Clothes.
I have a leather jerkin unequipped.
Well, guys, I just spent 15 gold,
All right.
leaving me with 2 gold.
All right.
To pick up a good set, or a set of good black clothes, a good black mask, a good quality backpack, a set of small tools, aka picks, which I'm going to have to ask him if I'm able to pick that up or not. Probably have to make a roll for that. That's fine. Some rope and a tinderbox.
So the arsonist's kit.
I need to break into a certain person that we put a horse head in his house,
Uh-huh.
to steal some of his mail, so that I can correctly forge papers that look like he is the person causing trouble for Dunkmar.
Cool. This is the gift that keeps on giving. This asshole.
I mean, if you're gonna choose one, choose this guy.
Yeah. No, that's.
I don't.
That's,
and honestly, I think Morrow will probably be a little bit flattered by this.
Yeah.
As I am done with shopping, I'm going to go do my bathroom break. Y'all have fun.
Hi.
I still don't see a way out of this where a bunch of people don't die. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, I'm just trying not to be one of those people.
Yeah.
That's really all I'm. I mean, I'm not trying to get anybody killed, but Dankmar did this shit to himself. And actually, he did it to us. He's trying to, I guess he's just paranoid because he's a drug addict. I don't know what his deal is.
Yeah, I think maybe we should hint at that when we deal with the fish next. Like, hey, that guy paid you up front, right? Because he's probably halfway through the stash by now. The way he was talking, It's something about fish head stew, and we'll wind up in it if we're not careful or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little dubious about about the efficacy of. Oh yeah, I totally found who is in charge of Gustav and Johannes trying to rip you off. But we're on that path now, so.
Yeah, I think that the halfling might be a casualty.
Dankmar?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you meant Lambert.
I'm here.
No,
Yeah.
he's actually in
No,
a unique position. He could take it, pull the rug out from under Dankmar and take over at least part of his rackets or something if he wanted.
Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely think Dankmar is gonna end up with some cement shoes somehow.
Dankmar is gonna kick the bucket, as they say. Is Michael here?
No, he just left to use the bathroom now. But he said he bought everything. He just had a question about because I guess he wanted to. What do you say? He wanted to buy lock picks.
Oh, you can't buy this normally. This sort of
Yeah.
thing. This is a criminal
Yeah,
undertaking.
You can't buy them at Lockpicks R Us.
No. And I don't know how it's in the States, but in Poland you can't even own a set legally.
Yeah, no.
They have
Well, yeah, I
locksmiths
mean-
here.
They're called locksmiths.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're not supposed to have them. There are people like I think there's like every now and then you get like a kid or something on YouTube who's like, yeah, it's just my hobby is figuring out how locks work, and it's like, this is how you open this lock.
Yeah, and he's lockpicking. Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
But it's purely informational. He doesn't do it.
of course. They all say that. Anyway, Johannes and Gustav and Marla, you are in the small room on the first floor of the Schnitzer's house, and if I recall correctly, actually Schnitzers are not even nobility. They are, I believe, just very rich merchants, but they're not noble people. And you were just, looking at late Gaston Schnitzer's corpse. And you've actually found something. Of course, he doesn't have any. He doesn't have any papers, any like parchment strips, stuff like that. It was clear that some of the family members, when he started attacking them, tried to defend themselves. Because the man has some bruises and shallow like knife cuts from the dinner cutlery, probably when he when he just rushed them with his rapier. They tried to defend themselves with forks and spoons and butter knives. It might sound funny, but desperate people, desperate times, stuff like that. That said, he has a tattoo. And the tattoo is rather curious to you, Johannes. He has it on his left hip. So, you really had to look into certain places.
I promise I'm not violating this corpse.
Of course not. Of course. And there's this, it's not faded per se, it's just, you actually think that it's rather fresh, given your very limited knowledge about tattoos, I presume. It's just made to look old, and it's a tattoo of a scorpion, like mixed
Stripper.
with a sun, with full sun, with rays coming from the from the face of the sun in all directions. It was made in this red ink, in pale red ink, and he doesn't have any other tattoos. He doesn't have also any piercings, jewelry, stuff like that.
Okay.
And that's all you.
You might have point that out to the witch hunter.
You have to speak slightly louder, Ben.
You might as well point that out to the witch hunter, see if he has any insight on it.
Oh, did he also give us a week? I feel like he did.
No, he didn't give us a time limit.
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay. Because well, I mean, we could ask him about it, but my immediate thoughts is let's hold off until we have more information before we go sharing our information with him. It'd be my opinion.
I never saw anything like that, says Marla, pointing at the tattoo. It looks rather unpleasant.
Yes.
Might get us in his good graces if we're forthcoming with him. And he probably knows more about it than we do.
Yeah, but do we really want to, like, bring even more attention to ourselves from this man? Asks Marla.
Yeah, I feel like we should. We have a limited piece of information. I think we should investigate further. Like the next thing I was going to do was ask the servant if they know where Gaston lived.
So you go outside and you ask the servant, yes?
Yeah.
He stands nearby, a few meters from the door. As you as you exit the room, he looks relieved and he says, "Oh, finally! Can I escort you, good people, to the to the exit?"
Yes, I was just wondering if you knew where Herr Gaston was living.
Oh, he was. The servant looks rather downtrodden when you said that you're not leaving yet. It's clear that he really wants to get rid of you. He says, well, young Master Gaston used to mostly live here. I mean, and he has this kind of a sheepish look on his face, like he doesn't really want to say everything. It's clear that there are some probably dirty, dark secrets about this family. Johannes, you're guessing that, that could be potentially rather scandalous, and that this man probably knows. Well, I mean, he was a student, sir, so I'm sure that you understand living alone for a student ain't cheap in this city, especially now, during this hard times that we are all experiencing. That said, I know that he had, well, I think he used to rent a room near the university, I believe. But I'm not sure.
All right. Well, can you direct us to his room?
Oh, do you have permission to go there?
Yes, of course.
Mm,
We have been instructed to conduct a simultaneous investigation along with the witch hunter, and to report our findings to him once we have tangible evidence.
I see. Well, you see that he's kind of suspicious. He looks kind of suspicious, like,
Well, I say, we can go talk to him right now if you want to. I'll happily go
no,
downstairs.
no. I mean, there's no need. If Master Klinger says that you can go anywhere, you can go anywhere. Of course. Please follow me, he says. And or are you going alone, or your friends are still are staying in the room?
I have no idea.
Then maybe ask them.
Marla, Gustav, would you like to come with me to Gaston's room?
Marla looks at you with this. You mean
I'm going with you.
You mean Brunhilde? Yes.
Oh yes, I mean Oleg and Brunhilde.
She has the look on her face, just saying,
Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, I'm going to roll for the guy. And when you exit, Gustav and Johannes, when Johannes said what he said, you see that the servant has this very strange look on his face when when he heard the thing. But he's not saying anything. He just, please follow me. When you're walking, Johannes, you feel that Marla kicked you in the, in the leg, very lightly, but still. You go to the second floor, because there are 3 floors of this house total, and the first floor, the second floor, fortunately, you don't think that there are anybody's left here. It's still slightly musky and damp, because this house is large, and it's clear that the servants probably have trouble with keeping it in order every single day of the week. So you're guessing that there is some sort of of decay already making its way into the walls, maybe under the rugs, stuff like that. But it's still a much nicer place than the first 2 floors, like the bottom floor and the first floor. And he, of course, leads you to a single set of doors at the very far right end of the corridor. You've passed, many other doors, many other rooms. Of course, there are lots of paintings and some small busts of Schnitzer family members standing here and there. There's even the obligatory set of armor standing in one corner, old, and you're not really sure that it's even functional. The servant halts in front of the door. He turns around, he looks at you. This was Master Gaston's, young Master Gaston's living quarters. I mean, you can go in, I guess, if the Templar said that it's all right. Please, and he, opens the door for you.
Hey, thank you, my good man.
You enter. All of you, or only?
I don't care what they're doing. I'm going inside.
I go on with them, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very well. You go inside, and the room is small. It's probably it's similar in size to the room in which the bodies were stacked, and this one, of course, it's much more nicely furnished. There's a large bed, maybe a bit too large for a room like that. The bed is made for 2 people. Although you don't think that Gaston was having a wife, was a married man. There's a desk filled with various books and scrolls. A set of crossed swords can be seen hanging on the wall. There are of course cupboards, chests, stuff like that. And there's a single window completely covered in rich, dark red, piece of cloth. The whole place also smells very strongly of perfume. But other than that, you don't feel anything strange in the air. You need to speak louder, Sean. I think you have your...
My I had pushed my thing out of the way. I would like to search the room for clues.
Alright, so just want to search the room for clues. That's very vague, but alright.
Specifically, I want to search the desk first, and if I have an opportunity to pocket a writing kit,
oh, nice.
I will do that.
Nice. I like your style. Alright.
Well, it's just they're expensive. I don't have one.
Of course. Gustav, what about you?
I'm gonna walk over and open the window.
Sure.
Keep it open.
You walk to the window. You pull the drapes back and you open the window. The hot, strongly smelling Altdorf air, of course, rushes in. But even so, it's still fresher than the stale air that was in this room. What next, Gustav? You're doing anything else? When you look outside, of course, you see the wall of the residence, the gardens, and the wide streets of this very nice neighborhood behind the trees, behind the tree line.
Sorry, I was a little much downstairs. I needed some air.
Yeah.
Were you here when it happened?
Sorry, the servant is not here with you. He just lets you in, and he's not entering with you. He stays outside. So.
Okay.
Okay, so you're just waiting for Johannes to finish his thing. Huh?
I'm gonna have some holy water out though, so if anybody walks in on us, it looks
You can
legit.
take a quick drink.
Okay, sure. You're basically just spraying everything with a few drops of holy water, right?
Yeah, a few prayers here and there. Yeah.
Sure.
Real efficient stuff.
Sure. You can, Gustav. You can actually roll me a perception test. minus. Oh no, doesn't matter. Yeah, you've passed. As you are spraying the water and Johannes is rummaging through the desk, you of course get close to the bed, and well, I mean, since you are the man whom you are and you know your stuff, you also think that the bed has been used. If you know what I mean.
The black light out.
Yeah, the UV lights, and from what you gather, I mean, you are you were raised in Marienburg, but let's face it, Marienburg and the Empire are very close when it comes to cultural, standards. You don't think that any member of nobility or of higher social class like the Schnitzers are could easily and without any consequences just bring girls to the house in which he was staying for some good time.
I'm gonna point that out to the group. Then there was a woman here.
Marla just, raises one eyebrow. So you're telling me that the...
Don't tell me how I know. I just know.
I'm not saying...
I rolled really well, and I know.
I'm not saying anything, Gustav. I know that you know your stuff. I'm just... I'm not surprised, on one hand, that drug using...
As an expert on women.
Yeah. I'm not surprised that a drug using overly rich pervert like that Gaston fellow was whoring his way around. I'm just surprised that he was bringing them here. I mean, isn't that like a big no-no when it comes to people like Schnitzers and stuff like that?
I believe so. But maybe there was somebody else here when it happened. I didn't see anyone that...
At least there was one other person.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can't. We can actually tell this to the witch hunter. Maybe he would be interested in that. I doubt that we'll find any clue of her or him. She, shakes her shoulders slightly. But
Is there any,
sorry?
I was gonna say, is there any evidence of somebody climbing in and out of the window?
You can roll.
All right. Am I finished with the desk? Or do I need to roll for the desk too?
Let's start with that. After that, we do the desk.
Okay. Perception. Wink.
No.
That's a no.
You want to reroll?
Yeah,
Can I
I'll use
roll?
it. Yeah. Go ahead. You want?
I mean, yeah. One of you can roll, and the other can support for a plus 10% if you want.
Okay, I'll use a luck to support him.
Okay.
It's intelligence I'm rolling against?
Yeah, perception is based on intelligence.
I had intelligence 43.
So-
So with plus 10%, you
Yeah, you've
pass.
passed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you actually see, Gustav, that on the on the window, on the parapet and the window frame, there are actually nail marks, clear nail marks, from someone who has rather long nails, probably. And
A vampire.
yeah, and you also spotted a few pieces of white fabric, stuck in the frame. They're not from the drapes.
I'll pull the white fabric out.
Mm-hmm.
See if we can match it up to something later.
All right, yeah, you take literally there are just a few strands of them. But all right, of course, you take them. Johannes, then you return to the desk. Roll me perception test. You need at least 2 successes, but you can take your time with that.
Okay.
Mhm.
I will definitely take my time. I'm looking for something to steal and and for clues.
Sure.
Damn.
Nice. So that's enough. It did took you almost 15 minutes of careful search. Of just looking through all of the stuff, and well, first of all, what you gather. Hugo, Hugo, what the fuck? Gaston, not Hugo. Gaston was a student. Well, he was a student of the University of Altdorf, which, as far as you know, is probably the largest university in the city, of course. Other than that, I'm not sure. Was Johannes a student of the university or not?
No, I don't think I've ever been
Yeah.
a student. I'm a
Self-made man.
I believe. Well, I believe I was an apprentice apothecary.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If I remember correctly.
But what you
That's how
know is that the University of Altdorf, of course, is one of the oldest and and largest schools in the whole empire. It's very, of course, it's very prestigious and hard to get to naturally. Gaston was studying. He was actually studying geography, like foreign land, stuff like that. You found an invitation from almost a month ago for a meeting with something called the Guild of Explorers. It was in the grounds of the university, in one of the clubs, available for students and teachers alike. The club is called the Red Dragon, and of course there's a note that only with invitation you can enter.
Red Dragon.
Yeah, Red Dragon. Other than that, you've also found, of course, various love letters to quite a few women, actually to 8 different women. Most of the names are imperial, but few are clearly foreign. You're not sure. Maybe some of them are Tilean, maybe they're Bretonnian. You don't really know because Johannes, unless you have Tilean or Bretonnian languages, then you probably don't. You can't really differentiate between them.
No, although as a merchant, I get to try to learn some of those later, but
Yeah.
I don't have them currently.
But it was clear that Gaston was having a very active sexual life, in his free time, because the letters are not really love letters; they're more like pornographic letters, and they're very explicit.
Yeah, I really loved those hand jobs and blow jobs you gave me. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they are, and most of them are actually written in this very primitive way, like you have great tits, stuff like that. And I want to spear you with my huge red sausage, whatever, like things like that. Very vulgar, very like frat boy like. But interestingly, it seemed to work because the women were actually writing him back. And they were clearly some of them at least were enamored with the men, and there were also, and that's the last thing you found. You also found 4 tickets, or rather 4 passes / tickets / invitations to some kind of club. You think that is very fancy club, because it's, well, first of all, the invitations are on a very, very fine paper, clearly of the highest quality. They are all written, of course. You know, they are all handwritten, not printed, and the writing is superb. And the club's name is Golden Triangle.
Okay.
The symbol, of course, is well, Golden Triangle. I mean, what else did you expect from a name like that? Yeah, it would be actually funny if it was a circle. That would be something. No, the symbol is a golden triangle, and actually the paint used to to write the symbol is gold. Is golden. So yeah. And that's it. Oh, and of course you found the writing kit. Yeah.
Okay. I put that in my pocket.
Mm-hmm. Johannes and Gustav and Marla, you see that Johannes just pockets a writing kit and for the future.
I don't think anything of it.
Yeah. Marla just winks at you, Johannes, when she sees that.
Victimless crime.
Yeah, so victimless. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And other than that, of course, the only things that you found were some of his, university works, like papers, homework, stuff like that. You're not sure. You think that he was a decent enough student. It doesn't seem like he had any trouble. However, you've also found another interesting thing. I know I said that the last thing, but that was the lie. Now this is the last thing that you found. Under a stack of books about the western parts of the empire, and and many towns and cities of this region, you found an envelope. The envelope is, it was sealed. The seal has been broken. However, you see who wrote it. It was written by a man named Albert Neumeier, Professor Albert Neumeier from the University of Altdorf. You open the envelope. You look inside.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Inside there's a letter to the parents, or rather legal guardians of Gaston, written by Neumeier, expressing his worries that Gaston is skipping classes, that his grades are falling, rapidly, just plummeting down, and that when he actually arrives, when he appears in class, he often sleeps. He's very irritable, and there were two incidents of violent outbursts from him, including one where he didn't strike a fellow student per se, but he grabbed him by the collar, and shook him a few times violently. And the professor, expresses his concerns because Gaston is such a promising man. Who was always very interested in geography. And this letter is from 2 weeks ago.
Okay. So approximately 2 weeks after the invitation to the Red Dragon.
Mm? Are you also saying this to your friends, what you found there?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So?
So I think we may have a timeline here of our friend's addiction. And
And this wasn't the first time he used it either.
No, definitely not.
Well, I wonder how, says Marla, how this whole crimson shade, how it actually works on the nether regions. Because from what you've told us, Johannes, seems like old Gaston was quite a warrior. in the sheets.
Yeah. Brings a whole new meaning to hate fucking, huh?
She just makes a face like, wow. Yeah, I guess it really does. All right.
Any-
Yeah.
Skulls for the skull fucking throne.
Yeah.
You should ask the servant about the girl.
Well, what I was gonna say is we should ask to see all the female servants and see if they have any tears in their white linens.
Yeah, but they're coming in through the window. I don't think it's a servant. But a servant might know and not say anything because they could lose their job.
Come on, guys. Have you never read a cheap
The
romantic
only thing you
novel?
can check for tears.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, have you?
I just realized what I said was fucking terrible, and I'm not going to say it again.
I'm gonna listen back
Holy
to the
shit.
playthrough.
Nope, we're good.
Yep, I've heard that. Mara says, "Come on, guys. Have you never read a cheap romantic novel? It's clear that Gaston was probably tying some kind of a knot made from, bed sheets, just dropping it down, and the girl in question was, going up through the window for him to have some good time with her. Actually, she says, now when I think about it, it's usually the guy who's coming through the window, not the woman. Well, anyway."
I mean, that's not usually where the guy is coming, but yeah.
Yeah, that said...
I thought you were trying to say that he was pulling a David Carradine.
Oh no, Jesus Christ, no! He hanged himself by his balls. Oh, that's fucking horrible. She said...
So what you're saying is this guy is beating that pussy like he's Luca Magnotta.
Who? Sorry, I didn't get that.
I think it's supposed to be some sort of fighter.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who that is either.
But Marla is saying, but still, all right. The girl comes through the window, but someone had to let her through into the grounds, right? I mean, the gate is guarded, and I doubt that the women that Gaston was having fun with were actually scaling the walls. So maybe, Gustav, your idea is really good. Maybe we should talk to the servants about Gaston's intense love life, right?
Yeah, somebody saw something.
Well, so they were probably ordered or paid by the little shit to allow women into the grounds, and then since they weren't able to enter through the main door, they were probably they had to climb. I mean, that's fucked up, but still.
That is fucked up.
Yeah, that is fucked up.
Let's go ahead and question our friend, the
Use your arm. Just pull. Just this mental image. I'm sorry.
Climb faster. I'm too hard. Faster. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, if his tongue was swollen, maybe I should have checked his pants.
Oh Jesus! I when you said when his tongue was swollen, I was afraid that you were going to make another sort of joke. Actually, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you didn't check his. I mean, sorry, no, you checked his entire body. That's why I said that you've found the tattoo on his pelvis. No, he wasn't hard actually. He was completely deadly flaccid.
He didn't have the penis the size of a large bullfrog.
Hey GM, can you go on to in detail describe this man's penis for the sake of the game, please?
Yeah, let me send you a photo. It would be easier that way.
That's right. I'll put a dick pic in the chat. That'll work.
You're messing with my immersion.
Yeah. Right. Meanwhile, Lambert, you went to buy stuff, and I've heard that you want to buy lockpicks. Unfortunately, you can't really buy lockpicks on the street because obviously they are they are tools of of thieves, of robbers, criminals, stuff like that. You would need to probably ask for them. So, Michael, what did you buy, and tell me if you want to try and find someone who can sell you lockpicks.
Oh, right. So I wanted to either all I'm looking for, like the basic premise. That's not something I should ever Google again. No, we're good. All right. The basic premise of a lockpick is that you have one long pin to hold the tumbler in place, and then an agitator, so like one pin that's got a curve in it that you can knock the tumbles back individually. Is there like a watchmaker in town?
Actually, sorry. You know what? I will let you buy lockpicks if you just pass me the fellowship test. Because I just remember that I let my players buy them normally. They just had to, try.
Okay.
Try.
You have to find a shady enough.
Yeah.
Well, like not even like it's a shady enough person. But here's my excuse, guys. I'm obviously a servant of some lord here who calls me, big butt or fat belly or whatever. Anyways, he locks his cellar on accident all the time when he gets up in the middle of the night to go grab himself a little something to eat. And it's left to me to either get beat for locking the cellar, which I didn't do, or unlock the cellar myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I need a set of picks for that.
Nice. So, remind me, we are using Fellowship for buying things, right?
Yep.
Okay, so roll me Fellowship minus 10% because it's Altdorf, so it's much easier to find anything that you really want. That's a botch.
Wow. I would like to not alert the watch to what I'm looking for, so I'm going to luck that.
Uh-huh.
I'll just take the regular fail.
Yeah, you've tried the nearest market, the market nearest to the Street of 100 Taverns, and like I said, you found anything else that you wanted, but no one was selling lockpicks, sadly. That said, you are sure that you'll be able to find a set somewhere in Altdorf, of course. If you search long enough. Or you can roll again, but this time with minus 20%. It's up to you.
I mean, I'm fine with cheating, but keeping on going. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah. No, and now
It's
after the second row, no, you won't be able to find them here. But tell me what did you buy after on the market?
So I bought a set of good clothes in dark color, so black.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
A theater mask in black.
Oh, cool. All right.
I purchased as well. Let's see here. I've still got my disguise kit, so that's going to help here. But I purchased as well a small hammer, which I assume would just go under tools.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up a backpack.
Backpack. All right.
Rope.
Backpack and rope. All right. Mm-hmm.
A tinderbox.
Okay. Rope, tinderbox. Right.
And some rags.
Rags. Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Right.
Specifically, the nicest quality fabric rags I could find.
Okay. Sure.
Something that's got a lot of plush to it.
Add this whole stuff to your character sheet, of course, so that you won't forget.
I have also added the encumbrance to it and all of that, so I'm still good.
Sure. All right, and after that, where are you going?
I am going to stake out that jackass that we left the horse head on.
Okay, so you want to go to the south part of the city, where Conrad Kinnick is living, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You make your way there through the city of Altdorf, crossing the bridge. You are small enough, so No one is actually bothering you, to pay any taxes. And I mean, at this time of the day, there are so many people that that the guards are really picky, whom they actually stop to pay the toll. Obviously, richer people, rich-looking adventurers, stuff like that.
People of shoulder height and higher.
Yeah, you move to the other side of the River Reich, and orientating yourself via the dome of the Grand Cathedral of Sigmar, and of course the Emperor's magnificent palace. You make your way to the southern part of the city. In probably an hour or so, you enter. You enter the nice neighborhood that you first visited a few weeks ago. The buildings are mostly made from stone. The streets are white and cobbled, of course. There are many gardens here, and people, of course, who are walking on the streets and sidewalks. They all look wealthy, well-fed. Successful. Guards are naturally patrolling this place.
Just like me in my best craftsmanship blue and red clothes.
Yeah. I mean, and they don't look strange at you in any way because you have your good craftsmanship clothing and you know how to blend in. That said, you can also see that the guards are very very on the lookout for any signs of trouble. And you eventually arrive. You remember where it was, near the residence of Konrad Kinnick. And what are you going to do?
What time of day is it?
When you arrive there after purchasing all those things, stuff like that, I would say it's mid afternoon.
What's the situation with other houses around it?
Well, the other houses are similar to the man's house. I mean, they are
all little gated.
Yeah, they are all gated. They are all walled. There are trees planted right behind the walls. In most cases, that are actually obscuring the facades and windows of many of them. Through the iron gates, iron grated gates, you see that there are of course servants and guards and private guards patrolling the premises. There are not too many people on the streets, interestingly enough, because most of them are just staying indoors. There's no reason for them to leave unless it's for some kind of party or maybe other social to do other social stuff. But no one is bothering you. There are side alleys, there are side streets. They're not.
I remember the side alleys.
Yeah, but they are not, your typical old world, filthy, filled with shit, and rat side alley. They're just. They are also rather wide, interestingly enough. It's very hard to hide here in this place.
Oh, I remember that, but I also remember that we did sneak into this place via the side wall.
Yes.
Over a tree.
Yep.
I'm gonna make my way towards that alley. I'm not going towards that close to the wall. I'm just going that alley to walk by it and look at the tree, see what kind of coverage there is at the ground level.
If I recall correctly, you actually you didn't use the tree. You used your friends who gave you a boost, and then then climbed.
You're saying that trees are planted by these walls.
Behind, it's behind the wall.
Behind
the
walls.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
The trees are on the premises of the of those people's houses, and mostly they are very nice looking trees. They are very well taken care of.
How old are these walls?
It depends on the building. The one that you're interested in probably is I would say 2.5 meter tall.
How old?
How old? Sorry. Also depends on the building. This one looks rather new because from what you've gathered back when we were starting, Konrad Kinnig was, he made his fortune relatively early. Relatively, not too long ago.
Recently.
Yeah, recently. Thank you. So
was that
his
coming
house
with
is
that?
rather new. The walls are rather new. That said, there are many houses here who look positively ancient.
I would like to scout other houses on this block.
Okay.
I'm looking specifically for either trees planted outside of the walls,
Mm-hmm.
or old and starting to crack sections of wall.
Nice. I like that. Okay. How much
If
time do
need
you
me
want to
roll a
spend?
check for that?
How much time do you want to? How much time do you want to spend doing that?
2 hours. You
Oh.
said it's early afternoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's say 2 hours and then take my lunch as well.
All right. So 2 hours for a plus total of 30%, if that's what you want. But if you're spending that much time, I will be making 2 free rolls for the guards if they think that you're doing anything suspicious. They will be very hard rolls for them, so they're mostly not pass them. But remember, even if you're looking good in a place like that, someone who's just wandering and looking, it brings attention.
Sure.
Alright, so roll me plus 30% test.
On what?
Perception. Nice.
Plus 30% would be a 66.
Yeah, so that's quite a few successes. That's very nice. And I'm going to roll 2 times. No, and second time. All right. Yeah.
Shit.
So, but good news first. You are making your way through the neighborhood, and just staking out the place. Most of the houses, even the older ones, the walls were in good condition. That said, at least 2, you think, they had cracks in them, even small gaps, small enough that a tiny person could, or rather diminutive looking person could squeeze their way through. You've also found at least 3 houses, I would say, which have trees, planted outside the walls, that are big enough that could be, that they could be scaled, and then you could make your way to the other side.
Okay.
That said,
the bad news.
after you were looking at the last house that you were interested in, sadly the walls here were completely solid. You've heard behind yourself a loud voice. Excuse me, sir?
And I stop and turn, see who it is.
You see a Freeman patrol, your usual... actually, no, sorry. Freeman patrol is your usual patrol. In Altdorf, this is a good neighborhood, so this is a foreman patrol of city guards in their blue and red livery, and, very well armed and armored. You see the sergeant or corporal, you're not really sure, leading them. The man has a thin sword of fine craftsmanship at his hip, and there's a slender crossbow, slung over his shoulder. His men, they are all armed with halberds and shields with Altdorf's heraldry. The man in question, the leader, the officer in question, he looks at you, and he very bluntly asks, "Can I ask you what are you doing here?"
Is it that obvious that I'm lost, sir?
You're lost, really?
I'm with the Guild of Posts. I'm trying to deliver, and I pull out some of my leaflets.
All right.
I was told to deliver these parchments to Herr Koenig.
He takes the leaflets. He looks
And
at them.
I'm sorry to say, but like all of these houses look the same.
When you're saying that, the man looks at the house that you're standing right next to, and then he cranks his head to the right and looks at the house right next to it, and it's clear that the houses are very different. And he looks at you.
A small person, I'm gonna bullshit my way through this. Come on, baby.
And he looks at the leaflet. What's on the leaflet?
It is a extolsion of the auction house and how it is how it is patriotic to steal the wealth of the lower class, in which to enrich the upper class during a time of war.
Oh, I see. The man looks, the man looks at the pamphlet. You're not sure if he can read or write. You see that he, furrows his brow slightly, and just, pockets the leaflet in his tunic, and looks at you. And now roll me fellowship, of course, if you want to bullshit your way out of this. But you have a plus
Roll that charm.
10%, let's say.
Would this also count as intrigue?
I'm not sure if it would, but okay, what the hell? Let's say that it does. Yeah.
So it's plus 20%.
Mhm.
I will luck this to
Okay.
not be killed.
Okay.
This is my last luck.
Mhm.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice. The man looks at you. You smile with your, best number 5 smile available for short
Smile
people.
number 7, sir.
Smile number 7.
Smile number 5 is for the ladies.
Oh yeah.
Smile number 7 is for lying through your teeth to an officer.
He just, he just shakes his head. Very well, sir. We'll show you where her Koenig lives. Sorry for this inconvenience. We were just, we saw that you were walking past few of the houses here and, taking a long look at them. I'm sure that you understand why we thought that this was rather suspicious.
Oh, I completely understand, officer. A halfling in this side of town.
No,
No, sir. I'm just happy.
that's not.
I'm not. No. I'm not trying to start anything, sir. I'm saying, my kind are often messengers. I get it. I'm only acting on the orders of my my guildmaster.
I see. And what's your name, good sir? I didn't ask for your name.
Rupert Oakhart.
Rupert Oakhart. I see. Very well. And you were saying that you were from the Guild of
The Guild of the Post.
Guild of the Post. Where are its headquarters?
For the Guild of the Post.
Yes, the Guild of the Posts.
Dude, I don't have a map in front of me, and trying to remember names in this fucking game is impossible.
Oh, I thought that you were just bullshitting him. That you that you actually.
No, I was pulling up an actual.
Oh,
guild
so Lambert knows
live.
where the guild is. Okay, so you're just telling him, I presume. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right. So you're telling him where it is, and he just nods. All right, follow me, please. He says, and he leads you down the street. As you're walking, he's saying, "Herr Koenig, he had quite an incident a few weeks ago.
You don't say.
Yeah, some hoodlums broke into his house, and believe it or not, they've placed a dead horse's head in his bed. That was
It's like something out of a play.
yes. I was also told that. I'm not a big theater man. I only watch the funny plays about funny stuff." He says.
Those are the best ones.
Yes, but I've been told that it's
Adam
from.
Sandler play.
Yeah, I've been told that it's from some kind of a Tilean play, I believe. I'm not sure. Well, anyway, of course, there was a huge investigation, but Herr Koenig became rather withdrawn after this whole ordeal. So I hope that that you take this into consideration, sir.
I will. Thank you, sir.
Anyway, we are here, and he, stops standing in front of, well, Kinnick's house's gate. The gate to the Kinnick's house. I wish you a fair day, and, well, take care of yourself. And he says, come on, man, let's move out. The whole patrol just, leaves.
Alright, so that fucked me up a little bit. This is gonna be a different one. Let's ring the bell. If there's something. Is there some sort of chime?
Yeah, there is a bell. There is a long, wrong thick rope, probably attached to a bell. You ring it.
Mm-hmm.
There's this ding dong sound. Rather loud, honestly. It's almost like a church bell, like a temple bell. Sorry. From a stone booth nearby, a man emerges. He's a middle-aged man, rather well built, also armed with a cudgel and a dagger at his hip, but he's also wearing what's clearly a livery of a servant. His face is rather unsympathetic, not hostile, but still. He approaches, the gate, looks at you, looks down at you, and asks, "Yes, can I help you?"
Yes, I am from the Guild of Posts. I'm here to deliver some pamphlets to... Okay, looks like the guards are gone. Alright, I was here a couple of weeks ago to offer a business deal to Air Koenig, investing in the local fighting scene of my uncle Dunkmar. We had negotiated about possibly meeting up to discuss investment and a return policy. It never substantiated because we heard that there was a incident of somebody had left a fucking horse head on the table. That's fucking weird. Anyways, as you can see, and I step back and bow in my nice clothes, the fighting scene is going quite well. We're not as interested in a larger investment, but if he would still like to consider, just to tie up the loose ends of the previous investments, a deal in which he could invest a little bit of money into a extension of the grounds, the fighting grounds, we will see that he is paid for the time that we invested into him.
Kind of bamboozle this guy out of more money?
I'm trying to bamboozle this guy into letting me in the house.
He blinks a few times. Roll fellowship. If you, sorry, not yet. He say what he's saying. So you want to speak to her Koenig, right?
If at all possible, I would like to.
Then you have to make an appointment. Her Koenig is a busy man. He's not just letting anyone from the street. I'm sure that you understand that, sir. Now, if you want to get inside, you need to fellowship your way in.
Fuck.
Oh!
I've got no luck left.
Does anyone want to
shit.
give him luck?
I'll give him a luck from across town if I'm allowed to.
Sure.
God.
Sure.
Alright.
Gustav, remove one luck. Lambert, you can reroll.
I have two left.
No whammies. No whammies. It's not a whammy, but still.
Yeah, he's saying... Well, what he's saying is that, you... For a split second, you see in this man's eyes, you don't know how, but some sort of recognition. And you are very afraid. But then, his look returns to normal, slightly annoyed, and also bored, but professional enough, and he's just saying, as I said, sir, if you want to speak to Herr Koenig, please make an official appointment with him.
Where can I make an official appointment with him?
You need to bring paper to me, hand me the paper, I will hand it to my master. If he deems your offer and your person worthy enough to take interest in, I'm sure
During
that...
During this conversation, am I seeing any of the dogs in the yard?
No. You don't see any dogs. No, you don't hear any dogs as well. I mean, not from this house. You actually hear quite a few dogs in this neighborhood, but not from Kinnick's house. No.
Okay.
Then he will probably meet with you.
I produce. Fuck. All right. Can I roll something internally?
You need to tell me what.
I'm flipping a coin on something I want to do here.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
You know, yeah, go for it. Sure.
All right. So, fail, I'll do it. Pass, I won't.
So 50-50. So it's
All right. Is there any distinguishing marks on this guy? Characteristics of this one?
yeah, he has a long scar on his left cheek. He also has a clipped right ear. It's clear that this man probably knows how to handle himself in a fight, and that he was actually in quite a few fights. He's a servant, but you think that he actually might be posing as a servant. He's probably some sort of bodyguard.
Gotcha. Sir, were you a soldier?
I'm not sure. Why are you interested in that?
I'm asking if you served this empire.
Yes, sir. I was a soldier once in my previous life, before I was released from duty.
I mean, it's kind of obvious with, it looks like somebody ran some steel wool over your face. Does he just hire the ugliest fuckers he can? I don't think you understand. I'm trying to go about this nice and civil. I know who put the fucking horse head on his fucking table, and I'm trying to go very peacefully to let him know who it was. There's competition in this era. There's competition here. I don't want to deal with this competition, and I don't want your dumb, fucking bull-brained, fucking scraped-up face fucking this up for both me and possibly your master. Will you let him know I'm here?
He looks at you, blinks a few times. He has this air of infinite patience, and he actually, he's not even flinching. He's not exploding into rage. What's your name again, sir?
Your mother.
Right. Well, I will tell my master that there is someone like you saying interesting things, and whether what he'll do about it is his choice. You can wait here. I will ask if he'll be nice enough to speak with you.
I don't say anything in reply.
He just turns away. He just turns around, walks back, walks towards the house, opens the door, goes inside.
You got soft hands, brother. You got soft hands.
After you actually wait maybe 5 minutes, even less, when you see that the man emerges, first the servant / bodyguard, and then Conrad Kinnick walks out of his very nice looking mansion. I don't did Lambert saw Kinnick?
I did.
I don't think so, unless it was at the fight.
I bullshitted to his face.
Oh yeah, I
no,
remember.
they've already, yeah.
So
Specifically about the things I was explaining to his dipshit guard about investments in Dunkmar's underground fights.
yeah,
And now that I'm wearing some very nice clothes, I'm trying to put on the airs that I have done well because of the investments I received from other nobles, and that he didn't because he didn't invest.
yeah, that's true. All right, in that case, you see that Kinnick's changed a bit since the last time you saw him. He's still dressed very well. He still has his silver cane, that silver-tipped cane that he's using to walk, but his eyes look sunken, and generally he looks slightly haggard, stooped, nervous looking. He approaches the gate with the man. He looks down at you, squints his eyes and says, I remember you. You came here with that girl. You wanted to sell me something, didn't you?
I remember you as well, Kinnig, and so does
Excuse
Milady.
me? I don't think that we're on first name basis.
Okay,
Phoenix is
I
last.
remember you as well, Air Kinnig,
Right.
and so does Milady.
Yes.
She couldn't stop talking about how much you would stare at her ass.
Well, I think that she had a really nice behind. Maybe that's why.
That's
why
fine.
was
I
staring.
agree. She has a great ass. But I'm not here for that. I'm here to address two things. One, we had agreed on possibly setting up a lunch to discuss investments in my uncle's underground fights. That's fine. If we don't, that's fine. I don't give a shit. It's done well enough for me, and I'm wearing those very clean blue and red best quality clothes. I'm
What's your
doing
name?
fine enough for my. What's
your
my name?
Yes, what's your name, sir?
Rupert Oakhart.
Rupert Oakhart, cut to the shit. My servant here told me that you know who put a fucking horse's head in my bed a few weeks ago. So if you have anything interesting to say to me, maybe you should start with that. Or maybe
All right.
I should allow my servant his wish to beat you to death.
What's the name of the criminal organization we did that job for?
You did the job for Karsten Leibniz, and Karsten was working for
I thought it was the Union.
the Union, yeah, the Tilean, crime syndicate, stuff like that.
That's right. You would let your servant attack and possibly kill a agent of the Union. Are you that fucking stupid?
Roll fellowship.
Some shit here, dude.
That's a success.
What?
He
Yeah, very nice.
puts one of his eyebrows up. You're with the Union. You're not a Tilean. Unless
You
you're
expect the
there. Unless
You
you're
expect the Tileans to run around the city of Altdorf open? You don't expect them to use agents?
you don't look like an agent to me, more like an errands boy who
Let me
thinks
tell you about the legend of Sally Bald.
who thinks that he's a real player. But
I know what the backing of my employer grants me, and I know what protections it grants me. I also know what threats it grants those who make idle threats against me.
he whispers heavily. Right. Idle threats. I don't make idle threats, my short Union friend. But you've piqued my interest. For now. Let me tell you one thing. If you want for us to talk, I will open this gate and you can come inside. That said, if I won't like what I'm hearing, Union or not, I will send you back out without your knees and elbows. Because I'm not going to be bullied by anyone. And I want to know who put a fucking horse's head into my bed.
Fair enough, sir. Fair enough. I'm sorry that we got off on the wrong feet, but it's hard to get you outside.
Yes, I'm not an outside person anymore.
And I open my purse and produce 3 gold crowns and say, "This is for the appointment that I missed with you, sir."
He looks at the money and then just, waves his hand. Keep it. Buy yourself something nice. Right, we can talk. Bernvard, open the gate. And, the servant just nods, opens the gate, and, with this rather exaggerated gesture allows you, says, "Please come in."
I turn to Bernbart. "No hard feelings, sir. I'm sure you heard way worse in the army."
He's not saying anything. But he also, he doesn't, he doesn't spew empty threats. He's not looking. He doesn't even look particularly hostile. He mostly looks bored. And
Aw.
yeah.
He thought he was gonna get some work.
After you cheers. You go inside. The servant, of course, closes the door, and then you enter the house with Kinnick. But now we return to Gustav and Johannes. Gustav and Johannes, what are you guys doing?
I believe we were discussing
Alright,
asking.
I'll be back.
I guess we'll start with the servant here, but maybe asking all the servants. What do you think, Gustav, about who let in the whore into his room?
Wow,
think we
says
should.
Marla. Really classy, Johannes.
I'm just calling it like it is.
All right. Gustav, sorry, you were saying something.
We should ask the servant who showed us this room and potentially bring it to the witch hunter.
What?
Well, yeah, that's the threat that we lay over all these people. Like, well, we can just bring
Yeah.
the witch hunter here, and he can ask you.
Yeah, because our investigations are coming to the same point anyway. So
Well, do
But-
we really want to involve the witch hunter? Says Marla. Like,
No, not.
what if? All right, we know that there is something happening at the university, right? With that,
Yeah.
something was happening at the university with Gaston. All right, we bring this to the witch hunter, and the witch hunter will say, "Thank you," maybe even give us some coins, and then he also add, "Oh, and by the way, under the penalty of painful death, you can't follow this thread anymore."
Right.
Right?
Well, that's why I'm saying that's why I'm still saying that we don't tell the witch hunter per se. It's just it's always my backup. It's like, well, we can talk to the witch hunter about it. That's all I'm saying.
Gustav,
That-
Johannes, roll perception based, ear based. Minus 10%.
Do I have something that gives me ear based? I don't think I do.
Oh, nice.
All right. Boop boop boop. I'll just roll it.
Oh.
I will use luck.
I'll roll for just Marla passed. Nice.
oof.
Okay,
nice.
that's
And I'm also going to roll for.
I have one luck left.
You hear Johannes, and from the way Marla looks sharply towards the closed door, you know that she also hears that someone is standing right next to the door, probably listening to the whole thing.
All right. I push open the door, or open the door quickly.
You move quickly to the door and you open it sharply. Yes?
Yes.
The servant falls inside. The one who brought you here. I mean, he doesn't fall on his face, but he stumbles
Right.
inside and he's like, I'm sorry. Are you fine people down here?
We think you know the woman that was in here and are protecting her.
Yes, says the servant, and he closes and he closes the door behind him. I don't think that you people are who you claim to be, right? He closed the door, by the way, and he's standing inside, the room, with his back to the door. The whole.
I'm gonna hold up my barber surgeon tools. It says Zandbergen and Son on it, and tap on it and smile.
What?
All right, what? But
Yeah. I don't
I said
get
my
it.
name was Oleg Zandbergen,
oh,
and I've got stuff with his name on it.
yeah, the whole Marla and Gustav thing, right? And you've presented yourselves to the Templar with completely different names. And now I've heard that you don't want to say something to the witch hunter downstairs. He says, like, with this rather comical looking, way of nagging his finger and saying, like, Naughty, naughty.
I look offended when he says that part.
You look what? Offended?
Yeah.
I'm sure
I'm not
that...
sure what you were eavesdropping, but you clearly misheard something.
Yes, I'm sure I did, says the servant in a very irritating, smug way. I'm also sure that her clinger would be delighted to know that the so-called Tileans here are not really Tileans. Who are you people actually? Actually, you know, I don't want to know. This whole fucking family has been working on my nerves for so many years. I don't care if you're if you're sent by one of the rich noble whores that Gaston was shagging every night, and she just wants, you know, all of her involvement to be swept under the rug. If you don't want me to run down to Ginter Klinger and tell him all about you and potentially give you some very bad time, you need to pay up. Hmm?
I'm gonna give him 12 gold.
What the fuck?
And I'm still smiling.
I was about to say something, but
Okay,
do
I
it
mean,
now.
it happens simultaneously. Gustav, you're you know, putting your hand into your purse, you know, fishing for the gold. Johannes, what do you want to say?
And saying, look, we can strike a deal here where everybody wins.
I know, and this deal is me getting much richer. So,
And
cough
and
up some
you
gold.
telling us, and
Hmm?
you telling us who the woman is who was in the bed today.
This will
Or
cost
telling
you.
us, you know.
This will cost you. Ah, what the fuck? He says when he looks at the 12 gold crowns that Gustav just produced. Marla.
He could start over.
Marla.
It's like, no, that's it. Everything. Tell us now.
Marla almost wants to grab your hand, Gustav, you know, and, you know, just whisper no, but then she thinks better, and with this grudging nod, she just, you know, she also looks at the man and says, you heard the guys, everything. The servant, of course, very greedily grabs the money, stashes it into his hip pocket, and says, now, that's good business. Alright, what do you want to know? Oh, and don't worry, of course, I'm not going to say a word to Big Bad Witch Hunter downstairs. So, how can I help you? Just make it quick, I'm not sure... I'm not sure how long can we stay here without, you know, getting attention from...
We just need to know who is the woman who was in the bed last night.
Oh, which one? Gaston was well, you know, I mean, of course, I'm telling you this in utter confidence, but we had as servants, we had a nickname for him, Fuck Machine. He was just... He never stopped. And you know who had to clean the sheets after that? Yeah.
One of the other servants, you made them do it?
No, we actually had to take turns.
Oh.
The sogginess. Ugh. Disgusting. Anyway, yes, he was quite a womanizer. Actually, had mistresses over the town, over the city, and he wasn't just, you know, interested in any drab ordinary girls. No. Gaston was aiming for the ripe fruit of nobility. If you catch my drift, he actually had this almost magnetic charm to him. You know, many of them came here to have a good time with young poor Mr. Master Schnitzer. Apparently, it was some kind of aphrodisiac. You know, the fact that they had to climb to the window, and that, of course, this whole thing was illegal. I mean, if the patriarchs of the house would learn about this, they would throw Gaston out, cousin or not. So yeah, which one?
Well, you have so you don't know who was let in last, the last woman that was let in here.
Ah, the last one, eh? Well, she was Imperial, that I know for sure. I believe her name was Guerina Akner. Of course, nobility, naturally, and minor nobility that is, but still nobility. Young Master Gaston actually was rather fond of her, if I would have to guess, given that he met with her multiple times over the last few months. Usually, it was just, always a one night stand.
Oh, okay. Well,
Is her name in any of those letters?
Yeah, and actually, her name was. She wrote to him 3 times, and he wrote to her 5 times.
right, and so we should have her address
Mm-hmm.
on the letters.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Well,
But
thank you. Yes.
yes, he says, "Oh, but I think that I mean, from what I gathered, she's not from here. I think she's from somewhere to the south of Altdorf, but she's staying, of course, in the capital, probably in some fancy place. If this will help you,
Yes.
because you only have the address. You don't have, and the address is." It's actually the address is actually this side of the city, and from what you've gathered, it's somewhere to the south, central south of Altdorf. South central. Oh yeah.
Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
Yeah. Straight out of Compton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motherfucker named Gertrude.
Yeah, I mean it's this central south part of the city.
All right.
Anything else I could help you with?
Uh,
I mean, for that money, I can tell you everything you want to know.
yeah. Have you ever seen a tattoo of a scorpion with a sun with rays on it before?
I don't think I did, honestly. No.
Ever heard of anything like that?
Must be new.
I mean, I once passed by the door to Master Gaston's room, this room, and he was talking with one of the women that he met with, and I mean, I don't eavesdrop normally, what it's like.
Of course not.
Of course not, but I did heard them. The woman actually said the word scorpion. Now that you've mentioned it, and I also believe that she mentioned some kind of proof of loyalty, something like that. I tried to listen more, but I think that they've actually heard that I was outside, so I quickly made my way down.
Is this the woman you were just
corridor.
discussing?
No, that was some other woman. I don't recall which one. I mean, Gaston had so many of them, so
Tell you what, for 12 crowns, we're gonna take these letters.
Oh, right. And as long as you're not caught, as long as you're not caught with them, take whatever you want. Actually, let me quickly do one thing. Actually, no, he didn't pass. He didn't saw that you took the writing kit. You can take them, of course. For 12 crowns, go nuts. Sorry, and when he said that
with your money.
He said that while looking at the bed. A bad choice of words, I guess.
What do you plan to do with your money?
Well, add them to my retirement fund eventually. I mean,
retirement priest.
my patience for serving those people is running very thin, and now I guess the old hag, after her husband kicked the bucket, slain by his beloved nephew, will be even more intolerable. So, yeah, that's that. Half of the time she doesn't even know what year is it. You can guess that my work is rather exhausting.
Yeah, rich people are a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and I can tell you that even when they pay good, and don't get me wrong, schnitzers pay really good, there's only so much a man can take before getting really tired of this whole shit. Anyway, if that's all, if you don't have any more questions, I really need to go, and you actually should also leave this room before one of those dreary henchmen downstairs notice that you are snooping around here for too long and decide
Alright,
to
tell you,
strip
yeah.
search you. Hmm?
yes, tell you what. The last thing I'll ask of you is to show us to the servants' entrance,
What for? He asks.
so we can leave out the back way.
All right. Oh, by the way, a freebie. Just in case you're wondering, of course, Gaston was paying all of us servants to allow the women to enter the premises.
We figured as much.
Yes, and then the sick fucker actually expected them to scale the walls, go through the window. He said that it was subverting expectations, something like that. Because normally in the books it's the romantic knight who goes into the fair maiden's tower and goes through the window, but Gaston said that if a woman really wants you, she will do everything to get into your pants. Even scale a wall. Who knew, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, follow me to the servants' entrance, please. Oh, by the way, you don't want to speak to the witch hunter before leaving?
No, we'll catch up with him later.
Suit yourselves.
I'm not sure that's wise.
Yeah, Marla also says that. I mean, if we just leave without saying goodbye to him, he might be very
We'll have
suspicious.
dogs on us in an hour.
Yeah,
Okay.
just make sure that he won't find the Leatherstones, right? She says.
Just have to. We have to throw him a bone. We have to throw him something.
Well, I mean, we can't just pretend that we didn't learn anything, right? She says. It's not like we are investigators. We are just Tileans, right, Gustav?
But well-meaning.
Yes, but still.
When we found something as people missed, and
of course,
I don't know.
you are talking about this as you are leaving the room and you are going downstairs.
Yeah.
Johannes, but alright, Gustav. So, what is your idea about telling him anything?
oh, I don't know. That's what I was trying to figure out. Let's see, guys first.
I think that we haven't found anything that makes any sense to us.
Right.
Right.
Maybe the tattoo.
All right. So my only
yeah,
question is, who's going to talk? Says Marla, because you know that we are essentially now lying to the man.
I could talk.
Right.
Just say we haven't found anything. See you later. Bye.
I'm gonna talk about the tattoo. 'Cause he's gonna know it soon anyway. If he doesn't already.
All right. Sounds good.
Right. I think this can work. She says. You go downstairs and just let me quickly pour myself something to drink, and I'll be right back.
All right. I'll take another break. All right.
I'm back. Feel free to jump in if you want to shut me up.
Well,
guys,
I
I'm
mean,
back.
yeah, cool. Well, I mean, I think you're right that telling him the most obvious thing, saying like, yeah, we didn't really find anything except this weird tattoo on his butt. Ugh. That's the only problem with this daylight savings time thing is that now it's like this game is all the way through lunch. It's like, oh,
Yeah. It's already 2:30.
yeah. I'm figuring at most we have, till half an hour, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say like another 30 minutes.
Yeah.
That will either include y'all or me getting killed. Um,
No, you're just going to be kneecapped.
yeah,
Yeah, we need to
yeah.
regroup and recalibrate our
Wow.
plan.
I have to tell you, I was ready to throw this motherfucker out the window. By the way.
Well,
Like,
so
this
my
motherfucker-
my plan now is to go ahead and just tell him that Dunkmar told us to leave the Horsehead because he had apparently made a pass before for money and was rudely or talked too rudely, and now Dunkmar is working in a drug trade trying to bet. Yeah, just like this is all him. So I have somebody who is actively antagonistic towards him, who I can also
that's
claim is
one-
the boss for.
And if there's pressure from the fish too, that could just be he could just get the clue
Yeah,
and leave town on
One
his
big
own.
gang war. Yeah.
I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, so
I was just telling Gustav how I was ready to throw that guy out the window. But
the servant.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not. Well, I was telling Brian that my character was ready to do that, but
I had 12 gold and change on me, so I'm like, I'm feeling nice. I haven't paid Ronald's dues in a while.
12 gold is like it's a shit ton of money.
Yeah,
Okay.
I figured that would solve all of our problems, right there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's really it.
You're gonna do whatever we want you to now.
You go downstairs and you enter the like the main dining room. You see that the witch hunter is still there, talking quietly with two of his henchmen. The others are still, actually you see that some of them are still like taking clues, investigating. The others have like gathered a small group of servants, and they are just interrogating them one by one. Of course, just asking them questions, not like threatening them. Even so, you see that the servants are, of course, very afraid. As you enter the room with the servant, he actually just moves by himself towards the small group, and the witch hunter, Ginter Klinger, looks at you and approaches you in just a few long strides.
I take the handkerchief away from my mouth.
Mm-hmm. Well, did you find anything? He asks.
The only thing we thought relevant, there was a tattoo of the likes I'd never seen before on the man's thigh.
Which man? He asks. And what was that tattoo?
It was a sun with rays coming out of it.
and a scorpion.
A sun, so
and a
like
scorpion in the middle,
I don't know.
I think.
a sun, so like a symbol of Myrmidia. He says.
Oh.
It was on whom actually?
On Gaston Schnitzer,
the killer himself.
yeah.
Then
Looked rather fresh.
he says he addresses one of his servants, a woman, a tough-looking woman. Guerina, go upstairs, check the body of the killer. See if you can find a tattoo of a sun with a scorpion put inside it. Put in the middle of it. She just nods, moves past you, and goes upstairs. He looks back at you. You know the significance of this symbol, the meaning of it?
I do not.
Yeah, me
I see.
neither.
Very well. You found anything else?
No, that's it. I did my rituals. I saw the flies were beginning to gather, so I opened some windows, but I would open the rest of them.
Alright, and now I want you to roll bullshit. Since you said that you didn't find anything else. And this is a counter test, actually.
I've got my luck standing by. Yeah, I have to pass this, right?
You rolled a 1?
Yeah, he rolled a...
No, none.
He rolled a
Oh, wait,
1.
that's yours? Oh.
Yeah.
So I have to roll a 1.
Yeah, and then... Yeah.
I would say fuck it.
Yeah. Okay.
You're rolling or not?
No, I have to roll a 1, right?
Yeah, but I mean you still have to roll because this is counter test. So
Oh,
he
I
did
rolled
roll-
a
he rolled- he
73. Yeah.
oh
He just rolled a straight up failure.
Yeah.
oh yeah, now I see. Okay, you don't want to reroll that. Okay.
Yeah, not if I have to roll a 1. There's no.
Yeah.
I'll hold on to my luck and use that for when I'm escaping. Just in a minute.
He looks at you and then he just nods. Right. You can go now. I'm thankful for the rides that you've performed. Sigmar knows that the people of this house can use any form of help, especially the divine one.
That's why we're here.
Naturally. Now, if that's all, I would like you to leave. We are still conducting investigation here. I'm sure that you understand.
I nod and I hold up my dove charm
He
as
just-
a blessing.
He also just nods his head at each of you, then returns to his men and starts quietly speaking to one of them. That said, Gustav, you think that you saw when you said that you didn't find anything. You are almost certain that he didn't bot it.
Yeah, I figured.
Marla just whispers, "Let's get out of here as fast as possible." And you leave, I presume. Right?
Yes.
You exit the Schnitzer's, the Schnitzer's house. You walk through the, through the open gate to the wide street outside. Wide, very nice, maintained street outside. Even though it's incredibly hot, you still feel all of you, like you're having, the worst case of the chills running down your spines. The servants close the gate behind you. You're alone. What now?
I suggest that we don't look like we're running, but we hastily leave the area and get back to the wand.
I agree.
I agree, says Marla. I hope that I will never see another witch hunter ever again in my life, she says.
Yeah.
And with that, you very quickly move towards the shepherd's wand. Meanwhile, Lambert, You here?
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. You go inside. You went inside the house with Kinnick and his servant.
I never said I was smart.
Yeah. Actually, I don't remember the servant's name, so I hope that you've noted it down because.
Bernvart or something.
Yeah, Bernvart. Yeah, because I just
Burn fart or something.
I'm just
Well,
using random names generator for this shit. So it's. I mean, it's a very good generator, by the way.
Yeah, I wrote Bernvarth first, but then it sounded more like Bernvart. So
I think it's Bernvart.
Bernvart.
Yeah. Actually, no. I'm just going to here. Bernvart.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not how I spelled it. That's better.
Yeah. You walk inside the house, and of course, the house is. I think that Lambert was inside, right? The house, or
Yeah, he was heading inside.
yeah. So nothing really much changed. It's a very nice looking. Townhouse. The host brings you to the main room with the fireplace, with the table. You even see the window from through which you got inside. You remember it. There are no signs of any dogs. That said, there are like few servants, a maid and a male servant who are just cleaning. Kinnick actually told the maid to bring some wine and biscuits for you. And he bid you to sit on a very nice looking chair in front of a table. He sits on a couch himself. The bodyguard / servant stands in a nearby corner, just looking at both of you. All right, says Kinnick. You want to talk business? Talk business.
All right.
Let's see what you're made of.
Like, that's something you said before a fight. I don't want to fight.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I've got to leave town. I have had my life threatened by too many people at this point.
I wonder why.
But before... Yeah, I'm kind of an asshole. I get it. But I think it would be better to leave with the guy who's trying to threaten me, or successfully threatening me. I think it would be better to leave his operation a little more fucked. So, there is a person that I used to work for who is now dealing in illicit substances.
And you see that Kinnick's face just grimaces in disgust and says, drugs? Pfft. Poison.
Crimson.
Oh, the Crimson Shade, you mean?
Yeah, I didn't want to say it out loud. You never know who's actually listening.
Please. We're all adults here.
All right, fair enough. I know I look like a child, but yeah, let's cut it. All right. He's dealing in Crimson Shade, a absolutely fucking vile trade, one that I could never ever hope to partner with. And even though he's family, I cannot back this. When I had learned of this was only a short while ago, after he cornered me and threatened my life. I also learned that, and I'm going to spout off. God, they had such like Bernhard or what was this? The two dipshits he had follow me.
Yeah.
His door guards.
Mm-hmm. They should be in the notes. I mean that's why I ask you guys to do the notes, because I don't.
I have him. I just haven't put him up.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Where is? I guess I must have closed that one. I'll open.
Bertrand Schoner and
Bertrand
Engelbert
Schoner
Brookman.
and Engelbert Brookman.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yep.
Yeah. That's that. Nice.
Bertrand Schoner and Engelbert Brookman.
Never heard of them.
I mean, be pretty bad if you just had everybody who was breaking into houses and leaving dead animal parts.
Wait, they are the assholes who left the horse's head in my house.
Yeah, Dunkmar.
Where can I find them?
All right, and I don't have a map or anything, but I just spout off a general direction of my uncle's operation.
Mm-hmm. I mean, operation or shop?
The shop that they hang out in front of.
So.
Oh, well, that's the warehouse where the fights take place.
Yeah.
Oh, the warehouse. Okay, because Dankmar's shop is also where his family's staying. Just so you know.
No,
remember.
not a shop.
Okay,
not a
so
shop.
the warehouse. He's like, he looks at his bodyguard and says, "Bernward, fetch us a map." Bernward just walks away. Kinnick looks at you, and you see that his eyes are manic, just almost feverish. All right. So let me make it clear. Your uncle ordered his men to come to my house and bring a dead horse's head and put it in my bed. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Why would he do that? I never met the man. I mean, like, what's his deal? What, did I double cross him during a trade meetup or something?
I don't know what the day-to-day operations my uncle engages in are, and I know the legitimate market businesses that he operates are mostly legit. But what he's operating out of that warehouse, he wants people who cross in the underworld, people who cross in the not legitimate market, the illegitimate market, to know don't fuck with him. And he thought, I'm going to get out ahead of this. So he sent me, under the pretenses that I thought was to come over here to get an investment from you into a pit fighting thing he's doing. I don't know.
So
I guess as like a jab to get some money from you before he, waves his cock in your face or something. But no, he wanted those two idiots to break in and give you that horse head. I also know that he cooked up some sausages or something to feed the dogs so they would fall asleep or something. Some shit like that.
Remind me, I think that you killed the dogs with the sausages?
No. They just fell asleep.
Oh, no. Okay, yeah. Right.
Yes. No animal cruelty.
Yeah, we only kill people.
Yes.
He's like, that son of a bitch. And he looks at you. He almost killed my fucking dogs. And they are expensive dogs. They are the good breed, the good. They're the good boys.
You never kill a dog. They're all good boys.
But all right. So let me ask you one thing. You're saying that you're with the Union, but what about your uncle? Is he also in the Union? And you see that
not.
And you see that he looks quite unsure when he asks you about it. You see that he's. Well, I mean, the man, he's a player of some repute, but you can read him rather easily. He is afraid when he mentions the Union. He's not.
He's not.
All right.
But he is working with the fish.
The fish? Really?
That's how he gets his product.
All right. So the fish are smuggling the shade into Altdorf. Interesting.
And then he cuts the shade with general spices and shit, just to lengthen the time and the amount of product that he has. Distributes it out to his sellers. The sellers do what they do, and he makes a tiny profit.
All right. So
and I found out about this business. I cannot morally be a part of it. So I'm leaving after he cornered me and told me he would cut my balls off and display them in his pit fighting ring if I so much as thought about crossing him. Well, I'm crossing him, and I'm getting the fuck out of town. This place is for biggers. I'm going back to where people are smaller.
Would you call me a bigger?
Yeah.
Yep.
You see that he has a rather nasty smile on his face, and he says, "I always thought that you halfling folks were, were covering each other's backs. That you, no matter what, that you helped each other. Sounds rather
Drugs are a fucked up trade.
sounds rather strange that your uncle is that he's not only threatening you, that he's threatening you in such a way. Interesting.
I hate to put it this way. Air. But don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah. By the way, the female servant, of course, brought some light sweet pastries and some dessert wine, like sherry stuff like that. She poured both of you a glass of the stuff, and Kinnick, with a gesture, showed you that you can help yourself to the food and drink. He also, of course, drinks and eats.
To appear as a more abnormal halfling, I'm not going to take a biscuit, but I will sip the wine.
Sure. He's saying, so let me get this straight. You are part of the Union, even though you're a halfling, but you're part of the supposedly one of the biggest criminal organizations in the Empire. But you have a conscience.
I am paid.
You are paid, but that means that you must be good at what you're doing if the Tileans are willing to work with you. They are notoriously isolationists, so to speak. But you've grown a conscience, and you don't want to. You don't want to be involved in the drug trade. So you want to escape the city, escape your uncle, and you came here to me. You've told me that your uncle's men brought the fucking horse's head to my bedroom, and that they also poisoned my dogs. That they actually broke into my house. And what do you expect from me?
Oh, I don't really care what you do. I'm just telling you what happened before I leave.
I
And
see.
it's not I work for the union and don't do drug trade. I told them very, very much on the start of our contract. These are the kinds of things I don't do, and listed. These are the things I will do, and listed. And I get paid to do the things that I will do, and they don't have me do the things I don't do.
They seem to be very tolerant people if they indulge your
We did
wishes
them a favor.
in such a way. Interesting. Yeah, I also had my run with the Union lately. I mean, a few weeks ago. I tried to do this sweet little job on the side, fixing fights actually. But some motherfuckers caught wind of that, and they've actually told the Union about this. And I received a letter from one of their representatives, actually rather a man who used to work with them, to stop, or that bad things will happen. So of course I stopped. You can, by the way, you can tell your bosses that I haven't returned to fixing fights if that's what they're afraid of. I want to be on their good side. It's best to be on their good side, of course. So,
for allowing me to speak my part and not kneecap me, I will put in the best word I can with them not to fuck with whatever business you're trying to do, and that you have stopped trying to fix fights.
he nods. Meanwhile, Bernward brought the map of Altdorf, rather well drawn, although not the best. And Kinnick looks at you and just with a slight nod towards you, asks you, "All right, but can you show me where your uncle's operation is?"
Sure. And I get up and look over the map, and I don't draw on it. I'd just sort of put my finger on where the warehouse is
Mm-hmm.
and say, from all that I can tell, it is solely based out of this warehouse. His shops operate in a legitimate market and are run mostly by the family. I'd prefer it if my extended family were not involved and you just hung up my shitty uncle by his balls.
So wait, you want me to ice your uncle?
If you want to kill my uncle, that's great, man. I don't care what happens to him at this point. He's doing drug shit. Now, the rest of the family, to my knowledge, has not been involved. I just don't want to see innocents get fucked over.
Yeah, but from what you're telling, your uncle is...
My uncle was
he's
who
involved with the fish. And the fish are major players in the city.
You could pick up another.
What, another what?
They can always find another person to operate. Who's gonna miss a halfling?
You know what I'm doing every day, Mr. What was your name again? Sorry, I forgot.
Rupert Oakhart.
Rupert Oakhart, right. I'm a legitimate businessman. You might not believe this, but I prefer to make the main source of my income completely legitimate.
Sir,
I
was not insinuating that you pick up his business and dealing drugs. No, fuck that.
No.
I'm
What
saying
I'm
that-
saying is that I'm not. I don't think that I should enter the business of killing other people, even halflings. No offense. This is, first of all, I'm not really this kind of person. You know, I don't want to dirty my hands with blood. This is just uncalled for. But it also brings lots of attention to someone. That said, and he looks at you, you know, with his piercing eyes, I also can't let this slide, what your uncle did to me. I mean, entering my house, sending fax to my house, this horse's head, like, this is something
Pretty rude.
from straight up, this is some straight up shit from some cheap Tilean play. There will be consequences for him. And I'm not saying this to you to, I don't know, to tell you right before you leave the town that bad things will happen to your uncle. I actually want to thank you for your information. I will make sure that the man will pay. As for your family, extended or not, I don't have a beef with them. I have beef with him, apparently. But I need to do this smart. He's obviously well connected. The fish are... They're dangerous people.
What do you suggest?
No, I'm not suggesting anything to you. I'm not going to tell you exactly what I'm going to...
Oh, thank God. Oh, I thought you were going to try and make me stay in the city. Oh.
No. I just want you to know that if I'll play my cards right, your uncle won't be selling any drugs rather soon. Your uncle won't be selling any drugs anymore rather soon.
Very cool. I'm actually okay with that. That's great.
Yes. Normally, you know, I would let it slide, but the dead horse, that was a bit much. And my dogs, I love my dogs. Nah. This shall not stand.
This aggression will not stand.
Alright. Is there anything else, Mr. Oakhart?
There is. And I turn to Brunhard, his bodyguard. I say, "Sir, the way I spoke to you was uncalled for. In normal cases, I would offer an apology, but as I have, over the past couple of weeks, been working with some very, very nice dwarves who have taught me a thing about honoring the horrible things that I say, I will give you the chance to strike me if you so wish."
He just rolls his eyes and he says, I want to strike you, Halfling. You have a big mouth. You know how to handle yourself. You know how to talk yourself out of trouble. No, I don't need to strike you. You know why? Because one day, this tongue of yours will get you into trouble. And
Oh,
you
I
won't,
guarantee it, sir.
and you won't be able to talk yourself out of it. I'm not
What?
saying this to make myself feel better. I'm actually saying this because well, I mean, you know that. But this is a fact, I think. You are smart enough.
Okay.
But there is always someone smarter. Right?
I don't know where this is going anymore. This is just getting awkward now. Eric, can I go?
Yes. Conning just
All right.
looks at you. You
This
can
is just like weird. I mean, it was nice meeting you guys. Sorry I said mean things, and sorry that I was mixed up in all this.
he
Bye.
just waves his hand. That's all fine.
Am I being walked back out, or can I just walk out the door?
I mean, Konik, snapped his fingers, and the male servant escorts you to the door and then to the gate.
I have a question.
Two?
And as the male servant is he walking in front of me?
Yeah, he is.
Is Erkonig staying at that table?
Yes, Konik is not even getting up when he says goodbyes to you.
Is there anything I can try and swipe that has his writing on it?
Oh,
God.
first of all, you need to roll me perception test minus 20% to even spot
Okay.
something, and then.
I mean, this is a Hail Mary, if anything.
Mhm.
I'd count your blessings at this
All right,
point, man.
Then at this point, I'm just going. I didn't see anything. I'm just going to walk out.
Sure. You're just walking out behind the servant. An older fellow. This one, of course, is just clearly a normal servant, not a servant/warrior. He opens the gate for you, and he wishes you a good day, and that's it.
All right. I'm gonna walk back to the shepherd's wand, counting my blessings. Thank you, Quinsbury, for not getting me killed today.
All right. So actually, I think we should skip the time up a bit, and make you guys just meet at the wand during the early evening of this day. What do you say?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Are we almost done here?
How much time do you have, Sean?
Not very much, like 5 minutes.
Okay, no. So let's end this when you guys meet at the wand. Gustav, Johannes, and Mala, you arrived first. Lambert arrived like half an hour, 40 minutes later. And when you'll be ordering probably some food and talking about stuff, we'll return to this next time. But for now, we are done for this day. So points for everyone. 60 points for the session. For everyone, 10 points for your characters. Places of birth, Gustav.
I didn't. I don't think I did anything for Marienburg.
For Marienburg, yeah. Johannes?
I just made a comment about Reichland being the best place because he was talking some shit about going to other cities in the Empire, and
But weren't you speaking before the game about this?
oh, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's all a blur.
Yeah.
Okay, so no.
No,
All right.
Lambert, what about
That was
you?
it.
The moot.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Well, did you repeat your place of birth in any way? Did you mention it? Did you?
Yeah, a bit. I said I didn't want to be in this town full of biggers and wanted to go back to where people are smaller.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. I can give you 5 points for that. That's a nice nice little reference. Religion, Gustav, 10 points, of course, for being a very nice Shalian. Johannes, you are a Sigmarite, mostly, right?
Yeah.
Were you a Sigmarite today? I don't really think so, honestly.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Not I mean, the only thing
Mhm.
I kept doing was pushing the let's go talk to the witch hunter. Let's go have a chat with him.
Yeah,
But
but
I don't
was
know.
it? But
You
was
guys
it?
are-
Templars are so nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but was it Sigmar inspired, or was it
No,
just
I don't think.
Yeah,
It was just calling the guy's bluff that he was trying to be like, oh, do you guys have? And I was like, yeah, we have. I mean, we actually did have the guy's permission, but I was just fucking with him because he's like, let's go talk to him.
yeah.
But okay, yeah.
La-
So 0 for me.
yeah.
That's fine.
Lambert, what about you? You mentioned Queensberry, right?
I
Uh,
did, but it was at the very end there.
Yeah, but that was nice enough. I can give you five for that. Star sign, Gustav. What about you?
The dancer. I was kind of enjoying the thrill of, I guess, being where we're supposed to be,
Yeah,
flying and all that.
yeah. That
I,
that's nice. 10 points, sure, for that. You were certainly on the edge. Johannes, what about you?
Piper. I was trying to cut a deal with that guy before I was so rudely interrupted by 12 crowns.
But you actually wanted to cut him a deal, and you talked to him about it, so I can give you 10 points for this. Lambert, what about you?
Wymond the Anchorite. I was cautious and wanting to case the joint
Yeah, sure.
for a break-in, but ended up having to go the confidence game route.
Yeah, 10 points. No,
yeah.
yeah. So, dooming, Gustav.
thou shalt sup from the cup of corruption. I didn't do anything with cups
Uh,
of corruption today.
actually, you didn't. I mean, the whole like thing with the bodies, with the flies, maybe. The fact that you wanted to ask more about the women with whom Gaston had, illicit contact, stuff like that. Like, I mean, it's clear to Gustav probably that he is getting into some serious, potentially dangerous shit. I mean, the tattoo, stuff like that. Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah.
That is, the kind of cup of corruption thing. I would give you 5 points for
The only
that.
way out is through. So,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sorry, and I mean, you did lie to the witch hunter. You did try to lie to him. So I think that also, applies here. So I can give you 5 for that. Johannes, what about you?
I think I was too busy paying attention to writing notes to make any comments about the finery of the house. I think that would have been the only thing. So I think I got 0, unfortunately.
Okay, Lambert, what about you?
Minus the peacock thing.
Thy tongue shall mark thy end, and I think no better session
Yeah,
has
10
ever
points.
come closer than
Yeah.
this one to
Yeah.
possibly getting me killed.
Yep, 10 points for sure.
Yeah.
And finally, we have ideas that push the adventure forward. Gustav, let's start with. You had anything?
Nothing. I mean, like overall ideas, but nothing we've even started on yet.
Okay. Johannes?
Um,
I mean,
yeah,
honestly, I
my-
would give both of you 5 points for the servant.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I mean, you talked to him. You've learned a lot. You were able to keep the letters. I think that's actually, yeah, that is, you had a very cool, you had a very cool idea to actually speak with them. And Gustav, you had a very cool idea with the crowns. You've paid him a lot, but you also learned a lot. So. I will give both of you 5 points. And Lambert, I think that you also, pushed.
I am instigating a gang war.
Yeah. So I will also give you 5 points for that. Actually, sorry, all of you 10 points. So Gustav, Johannes, Lambert, 10 points for your ideas.
Yeah.
And Lambert finally gets 5 points for RPing once again an excellent halfling. And that's it for the points for today. Gustav, remember that Marla gets half of your XP.
Okay.
And you also remember to, advance her. And as for our next game, so I guess 19
It's gonna have to be December.
December. All right.
Well, let me see here. Can I? I don't know if I can swing the 19th. All right, I could possibly swing the 19th if other people are able to, but
Yeah, I could do the 19th.
if it's not, it's gonna have to be like December then.
Okay, Brian.
19th.
Mhm.
I think I can do that.
I'm also good with 19th.
I did the 19th.
Yeah.
That work because we're
I
doing
think so.
We're doing our Thanksgiving stuff on the 18th, since my family, for the most part, is going to be going out of town for actual Thanksgiving.
2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let's try and work this out with 19th. And so I guess
Cool.
I'll hear you then. Later,
All right.
guys. Thank you for the game.
You guys
Good
have a
game.
good day.
Yeah, good game, guys. Talk to you later.
See you.
Yup.